Alright, welcome everyone. It's me, Owl. Welcome back to Owlbear Gang. Today we have, as promised, Homebrew Review, the first episode of a series I hope to run on the channel. Today we have 10 fabulous homebrew lined up. We also have Lobster and Penguin here to help me deal with some of the monstrosities I found on D&D Beyond. Also, everything you guys will see, I did find on the D&D Beyond Homebrew section. Links will be found down in the description. Lobster, take us away.
So first we're doing Power Word Nothing. It's a first level spell with that takes no action to cast with unlimited range and a verbal component. Its duration is 9,999,999 days. It's a conjuration spell with no attack or save. And nothing happens and it wastes a spell slot. That's all it does.
Yes, and this is brought to us by who, Lobster? Who can we credit this work of art to?
Famous Mark underscore G33.
Thank you, Mark underscore G33.
Yeah, I wouldn't know who that is.
For creating this monstrosity.
Oh, I know who that is.
So, let's get started.
No, it's perfection.
I'm pretty sure this was made
beautifully crafted homebrew. You know the time and care put into this. Well, we have our list of criteria, right?
We do. So, the criteria we'll be judging us on is
so let's get on to it.
Roleplay ability, usability, style, versatility, and balance.
Which it has none.
Well,
it really doesn't have any.
This will be used to.
It's roleplay ability.
It's a thing. Not sure what else to say about it.
Its roleplay ability is pretty good. You can use it as a DM to scare your players. You can be like, it's gonna cast power word nothing. You know?
Yes. You see, if you combine it with a different homebrew spell, it might become overpowered.
What homebrew spell is that?
Wild magic on every single spell casted. Let's go. If you use this as a wild magic sorcerer, then
but Dungeon Master doesn't have to have you roll for the surge.
Yes.
That is true.
Or you could just roll 80 fireballs centered around yourself.
Or
80 fireballs.
Or if the game's smart, they don't allow the spell. Next up onto usability. The spell is the spell is pretty simple.
It's easy to understand.
Yeah.
It doesn't have much going for it, or much to think about.
It really doesn't.
Yep. It's just
it's really easy to use. You can just be like in any situation as long you can just be like, oh, I like to cast power word nothing, and you don't have to deal with any repercussions besides the fact that you lose a spell slot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next is
onto its style.
Its style. It has a style.
This spell. I think
it definitely has a style of a meme.
It has a style. It has a really long duration. That's what it has.
It has some. It's particularly it's not even concentration. It's just there.
It's just a thing. I don't even know what to say about it.
It's a thing that will exist around you. It won't do anything, but it will exist.
Versatility. I mean,
every class can learn it that can cast.
Yeah, every class can learn it, but there's not much variety to what you do.
Yes, all you do is nothing, and that's it.
Is this
all you do is nothing, or maybe nothing.
Lobster?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, just wanted to check.
Also, the balance of the spell is kind of a little underpowered due to the fact that it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. And it's a first level spell slot. How to balance it?
And maybe
don't make it exist.
Well, you cannot cast it.
Still be underpowered, but less so.
Yes. Balance it. You just don't use it. This was definitely made as a joke.
You give it an effect.
All right. Final thoughts on this spell.
It heals 1 hit point every hour. No.
Final
it's bad.
Thoughts on
It's probably made as a joke, and
yeah, I don't know. The thing is, I think the person created it put a lot of craft, and we can't really just the amount of time and effort.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
No, they were probably on something when they made this. They were probably on something.
They didn't.
Yeah, they were definitely on something.
Alright, I think that's this spell.
I don't know what was going through their mind, but anyway.
The next one is coming up soon.
This is power word nothing.
Jump cut.
I would rate this 1 out of 5 stars. I'd rate it 1 out of 5.
Jump cut.
Okay, up next we got a School of Tax Evasion. For the wizard, you can already tell this is gonna be a ride. So anyway, this school is that of mages that focuses in their studies of the art of tax evasion. These mages are capable of deceiving others and detecting similar deceptions within others, as well as evading taxes.
Because you need that every day.
Some tax evaders use their beguiling nature for mundane tasks as getting away with shoplifting. However, some tax evaders use their power for far more sinister means, such as taking control of nature and nations and using their charismatic abilities to rule unopposed. Minor tax evasion. Your training in the School of Tax Evasion enables you to, on occasion, completely avert the cost of transcribing spells into your spellbook. When copying a spell lower than the maximum level you're able to cast, you may roll a d100. If the number is between 0 and 5, it costs nothing. If it's between 6 and 15, it costs half. And if it's between 16 and 94, it costs the normal amount. However, if you roll between 95 and 99, the transcription fails. And you have wasted the cost of the transcription, and the copying process must be attempted again. Tax Conman. Beginning when you select this at 2nd level, your abilities to con your way out of situations become extraordinary. You gain proficiency with Deception and Persuasion, if you not have them already. Additionally, you gain the Friends cantrip. If you already know this cantrip, you may learn a different one of your choice. The cantrip does not count against the number known. Deceiver's Clarity. Starting at 6th level, your ability to deceive others has grown to the extent where you can recognize the signs of it within other beings. When purchasing items, you may roll an insight check with advantage to see if the price is fair or not. This will gain an advantage on saving throws when being charmed. You know, that seems nice. Silver Tongue. At 6th level, you cast Fast Friends into the book. It's not there already, you can cast Fast Friends without expending a spell slot. However, when you cast a spell this way, the target does not know it's been charmed upon the spell's ending. Once you cast Fast Friends in this way, you cannot do so again until you finish a short or long rest, but you can still cast it normally using available spell slot. Greater Tax Evasion. You know this is good when that's the name of an ability. You have processed in your studies the School of Tax Evasion to the point where it makes evading taxes significantly easier. At 10th level, when copying a spell in a notebook, if you roll d100, if the spell is between 0 and 15, it costs nothing to transcribe. 16 to 50, it costs half. 51 to 60, 94, it costs normal, and if it's 95, 99, it fails, and you have to waste the cost of transcription. So after this leader, at 14th level, your ability to evade and cheat your way out of situations goes to the extent where you can see through the trickery of others. As a bonus action, you may gain temporary true sight until the end of your next turn. You may use this ability a number of times equal to your total the modifier, and you gain all expense slots at the beginning of this long rest. Okay.
Alright. That was a thing.
You know what? This comment literally thinks of everything that I just thought of.
Yeah, I was say, have you read the comment
character
section?
Named Yoshi,
Also-
disappointed in society.
Also, Penguin. Can you tell us who wrote this?
Can you
Penguin.
tell us who wrote this? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Likely April.
Alright,
They're
thank you,
wrong
April,
though. It is not currently April.
for
They're very incorrect about the date.
thank you, April, for making this thing exist.
Okay, let's talk about
it.
this. Let's talk about the roleplay ability of this class.
It's there.
So, like,
It's definitely there.
a lot of their abilities are based on roleplay. Like, there's not much stuff for like combat. A lot of it is just like out of combat stuff. You use a lot of it for role playing, but like, you know that whenever anyone's gonna roleplay this, they're just gonna make it a Yoshi. You're just gonna make it like literally like this comment.
This is folks.
Just gonna
Yeah,
do
this
this.
is folks. School
You
of
know
Tax
that's gonna
Evasion
happen.
wizard. Sounds like the next character.
Yes. School of Tax Evasion.
Fine.
Actually, the
Tax
option
evasion.
actually
See, you only
brought
want
this
to
to my
play it
attention.
sounds fun.
Yeah, so the option was one who actually brought this to my attention.
Brought this to your attention.
No,
And I'm so glad you did.
No, I didn't. You did. You
No, you're the one who. I thought you're the
that's
one who
right.
found
I
it.
brought
out.
You
to
showed
my
it to me.
attention. That's right. I found it on D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, you showed it.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it has definitely roleplay ability. You can like, I feel like you can do a lot of stuff with this, but I feel like a lot of people just go for like the typical tax evader. You know,
Tax evader.
I don't know
That's
what
not
that
something I
means.
thought I'd hear
but-
today.
the typical tax evader.
That's something I thought I would hear
The
today.
typical tax evader. Anyways,
Let's
let's move on to the next section, which is
Usability. I mean,
Yeah.
Usability.
It seems kind of
It's-
underpowered for combat.
Well,
Yeah,
save that
it
for
seems
balance. Some of the moves are a little bit confusing, and some of the design choices I question, such as why Fast Friends? There's a lot of good spells. Not sure why you would go Fast Friends. That, if I'm not mistaken, is in Acquisitions
to be
Incorporated.
fair, I also just
which
don't know
not
what
a lot
fast
of people
friends
own.
is. Yeah.
Um,
So like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
can be like
Fast
you have to
friends.
have stuff before it,
And
like it's not the most common thing to own.
it
so-
charms creatures. That seems to be what it does.
okay, so it's
Yeah,
like
I don't
charm
actually
person.
know what Fast Friend does,
Yeah.
but I feel like the
But it's
ability,
only
some of
humanoid.
the other abilities make
Any
sense.
It's only
humanoid,
humanoids.
And they
Okay.
have to be able to understand you.
Yes.
Still,
and
now
you
this
can
style-
and you can have them do tasks.
okay.
You need to if someone playing this class, you need to make a tax collector come to them.
Yes.
Campaign, that would be great. But
You
okay,
know,
on
it's actually
to,
not a terrible idea.
yes, on to style. How do you think? how
It's a very
stylish do you think
stylistic.
this
Great
is?
style. That's its strong point.
It's literally just all style.
It is 100% style. That's all.
All of
That's all this thing is. is
All of the
style.
abilities makes at
And I
least some
love it.
sense for like tax evasion.
It's just
So-
style.
Yeah, it's definitely style. I'll give it that.
And versatility.
The
Yeah.
lack of combat.
And versatility. I feel like
Also, most wizards are intelligence based. This one
It doesn't
doesn't
give-
do or charisma based. Just off of what I'm reading of it.
yeah.
So it's out of the
a lot
norm
of
for
Do
a
charisma
wizard.
stuff.
Multi-class
I mean,
ability.
I guess you could.
I mean, I
guess
can
you could
see
make
people
a
Might make a better
this.
warlock.
higher charisma was.
I agree. I think a warlock
Yeah.
would be better.
I can
fit
see
for
us
it.
just making a more high charisma wizard at this point. So like,
Could
Yeah,
you make
it's
give you the
just like-
ability to do that.
the tax evasion?
Yeah.
This is more of just
This
a weird spin on
well-crafted,
the
well-thought,
enchantment
it
wizard.
took-
That's what this is. From player standpoint.
Yeah. Also, last but not least, it's balance.
I mean,
It's all over the
very
place.
much not good for combat.
And
It's kind of like there's not much that's
truth is a little bit
there's
powerful.
not much you would say that's. Yeah, there's not much that you'd say would be combat based directly, but like I feel like the tax evasion skills here would let you, I guess, copy spells easier depending on your campaign. Like,
Yeah, but if you do it
the
a
main
lot,
limiting
then
factor in your campaign is like gold cost, and this can help a lot.
Yeah,
this doesn't
even
really
though
become
that's
super
part-
powerful
that's
until
part
after
of the-
level 10.
Yeah.
And that's part of the thing with the wizard is that's transcribing aspect. And a huge part of that is spending money. And being a little bit sick of it that is a little bit cheap.
You see,
Yeah.
how to deal with this. Make your campaign settings so bad that you can't even find all the materials to transcribe spells into your spellbook. You can find all
What?
the spells, but you can't find the proper inks and pages
I mean, that would
to
work.
do so.
It's
I mean,
really.
that's the jerk
ink
DM
and
move.
paper
but,
is
you
the
know,
hardest
that's-
thing to
It's a
find.
move. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what I would do. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
yeah.
Now on
Well,
to
I think that I think this abilities make sense. And one last thing is this entire class literally just makes me think of people. You know what it makes me think
Yoshi.
of. Anyways, on to the next one.
Alrighty, I will be covering this next one. That's me, Owl. So this next one is a feat coming in from Jinx Curses. Thank you, Jinx Curses. Wild Shape Variant Find Familiar. It has a single prerequisite, which is must be a druid with the Wild Shape ability. aka you have to be a druid of at least 2nd level in order to take this feat. You learn the Find Familiar spell and cast it without material components. The way to use and cast this spell replaces your Wild Shape feature. When summoned this way, your familiar is a Fae instead of a Celestial or Fiend. Familiar stays in the form in which you originally summoned it. You can expend one use of Wild Shape feature to cast Find Familiar on your familiar, changing its form for a number of hours equal to half your druid level of a minimum of 1. So, essentially it was druids cast Find Familiar. So, criteria-wise, first one
Yeah,
is...
that's kind of interesting because druids don't normally get Find Familiar.
the first one is roleplay
Huh?
ability.
Yeah, the first one would be
Roleplay ability.
I feel like this could have interesting roleplay abilities since druids don't normally have like Find Familiar, so you can have a druid with a familiar.
I also
That can be
feel...
part of your
Well, I'll get
character.
more on that later. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
Find Familiar is a very creative spell. You can do a lot of very
Resource.
fun things with Find Familiar, so I like it. I do have one question
Yeah.
about this. I don't know if you
And
guys can
depending on
answer
your
it.
DM, the familiar can be very roleplay heavy.
So, I have a
Yeah,
question for you
that's
guys.
good.
I had a question
Use it.
reading this. So, can you still use Wild Shape to turn into animals? Because it says, you learn the Find Familiar cast. The way to cast this spell replaces your Wild
I
Shape
think-
feature. If I'm reading that correctly, that means you can no longer Wild Shape.
So
So,
that seems kind of.
It seems like
I
it.
feel like it should be interchangeable.
Yeah, it seems like it
That
says
seems
that.
kinda
I thought it was like it
good.
uses your wild shape like it uses one of them, but it seems more like it replaces it, which can kind of be like a big cost depending on what type of druid you're playing.
Especially if you're
Yeah, I
Circle
feel
of Moon.
like it should be because
I definitely wouldn't recommend this if you're Circle of Moon, if that's what it means.
yes.
Like I'm playing a druid
So,
are
in
there any
Lobster's
comments on
campaign.
this?
I'm playing a druid in Lobster's campaign, and I want to take this. Reading through this now, I'm a moon druid.
Yeah,
This
and
would be
it's a
pretty
Circle of
harmful.
Moon, so you use wild shape a lot.
There was in the variant rules, I don't know for comma, that's something you may be familiar with. The idea of using wild shapes to cast my player was stated there, but it did not replace it. It was an option for wild shape. But that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I feel like that it should be that, and that's how I'll let you use it in my campaign. Pick up the feat, so.
All right.
That seems like
Usability.
That seems like that's usability down. So what about style?
Usability is the one. Style.
Style, I like it.
that
Fine.
one usability.
It does have this really big druid flavor.
Yeah, style,
It's very druid.
It's fine familiar, so I feel like you can style it to whatever you want.
yes.
Like-
I mean, you could just pick up Magic Initiate and have
that
Find
way.
Familiar.
The
You
thing
could
is-
just Magic Initiate Wizard for Find Familiar, and you
Yeah,
can just get the
this
same
has
thing.
at least the advantage of not having material components.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
because
nice.
it's 50
Yeah.
Material
gold.
components are pretty easy to get.
Even though Find
They're only
Familiar,
10 gold pieces.
yeah, but it
Yeah.
still is a cost to you. And being able to avoid that 10
It
gold
can be
pieces
cost
is
especially
nice.
earlier, but like you don't usually get stuff until like later. But I feel like
Yeah, but if you're
I
familiar,
feel like you
never
can-
dies.
It's a familiar,
You
so I
don't
guess
need
you
to
can
bother.
style
Or
it to
can
whatever you
change
want.
it.
It's pretty like stylish in that case.
Versatility.
It also takes us into versatility.
I mean, we already talked about not being able to
Yeah.
also turn to animals. I think
It's a
versatility is where this thing does get hurt a little bit,
yeah, seems like you can do a lot with it.
but
I'm
it does
familiar
add
with
another
versatile
limit.
spell.
Also,
about
it kind of gets rid of your wild shape, or at least that's what the reading makes it look like. So
If you guys have another file about
Yeah.
this, put it down in the comments. I might read it.
yeah, if you have a problem about this, then it's okay. Also, speaking of that balance, I feel like this is kind of unbalanced when it because
Yeah, it's
like
kinda
you said, you can
underpowered.
kind of just take Magic Initiate Wizard and then also get 5 familiar if you really want the spell for as part of your character.
I think it is balanced.
And you can also technically do that at. You can also do that like.
It feels
first level,
underpowered,
so
though,
it
is
can be
the
part of
thing.
your character
It does
from
feel
the
a bit
beginning.
underpowered,
I might rather just do.
but it is a lot more balanced than some of the other feats. Cough, cough, elven accuracy.
But
I
like,
mean, yeah. I mean, wizards get the.
I feel like if there was a change where it didn't
Yeah, but we're
replace your
saying
wild
it's
shape feature,
underpowered,
but
not
instead it was
overpowered, so-
complementary to
yeah.
it, where like it would just use one of your wild shapes, then it would be a lot better of an ability. You know?
If it had that change, I think this
So,
would definitely
at
be
that point, like-
a very good feat. But
Yeah.
also, maybe if it increases your wisdom
The
by
Magic
one.
Initiate Wizard will also give you 2 wizard cantrips, and those can be good.
I was also thinking maybe like increase
Maybe
your
if they
wisdom
what?
by 1. Because a lot of these do give you wisdom +1
Yeah,
or
they had like
plus
another
1 plus.
part to it since this is just since
Yeah,
that's
to
a
a
lot for
maximum
just
20.
defeat.
Yeah, to a maximum
they
of
all-
Oh
20.
yeah,
do
like
that.
+1 to a
Of
maximum of
course.
20.
What was
Also,
the
we didn't
previous
mention this, but
version?
this was made by Jinx Curses.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
so yeah, that's the wild shape variant Find Familiar.
alright you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you guys liked the video. And hey, maybe leave some of your own homebrew down there. I might think about this for next time I do homebrew review here on the channel. Yeah, if you have any suggestions, leave them down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.